Replays. So, final picks and bans. Blue team has banned out Braum, Ziggs, and Soraka. I really like those bans. Ziggs is still a dominant laner. If you're picking something, well, like they did, they picked the LeBlanc. If you're picking something that's weak to poke and zone and wave clear, banning out Ziggs is not a bad choice. I mean, there's also other good bans they could use it on, but Ziggs is not a waste of a ban by any means. The Katarina ban I don't get. Maybe it's a target ban. But yeah, I wouldn't ban Katarina in solo queue. Renekton, also, I would not say that's worth a ban at the moment. There's better bans, such as Morgana. Also kind of interesting that Twitch is not banned and that they're picking him. There's just a lot of good bans right now, to be perfectly honest. And then in terms of picks, they have a mid lane LeBlanc, a top lane Pantheon. That's actually a little bit surprising, although we have seen it many times in our workshops. They then have a bot lane Lucian Lulu. That's a hell of a lot of poke. I wouldn't be surprised if bot lane's taking some Doran's shields to help counter off that auto attack aggression. They then have a jungle Vi. A jungle Vi is still really potent, but Morgana helps counter that rather well. Then purple team has picked up a Syndra mid, a top lane Cho'Gath, again not a common pick but still decent, and Twitch Morgana bot lane with a Wukong jungle. I really like Wukong with Morgana because, well, you can't push him away or stun him during his ult because of the black shield. It's actually a really nice combo. I like it. I use it a lot in solo queue. My only question, at short range, let's say blue team gets super far ahead, are they going to be able to consistently protect Twitch? They have Pantheon, LeBlanc, and Vi, all of whom can sort of just jump into the middle of your team and try and pick off a single target. So Twitch is going to have to position really well, or they need to get an early advantage so that can't happen. If Syndra is able to get at all ahead in lane, I would not be surprised if she's able to wreck LeBlanc, but if she falls behind, well, Syndra's very item reliant. She needs her mana regen, she needs her CDR, she needs her DFG, she needs some extra AP, she needs some mid-game magic pen. So if she doesn't get rolling, she can fall really far behind. And LeBlanc can definitely punish that. I would say that Syndra is one of the most difficult mid lanes to play to a high level of success. She can achieve moderate success with relatively little effort, with relatively minor mechanics. But if you're playing her at a very high level and you're playing her to the maximum of her potential consistently, then ooh, she's difficult. Can you support with Cho'Gath? Cho'Gath is super mana hungry and his skills are unreliable, so I would not play him support, no. There's just not much reason to. What does he do better than any other support? Nothing. Alright, so we're going to give away the first set of Steam games. Keep in mind you must be following. Is tier a good item on Sona? It's actually pretty decent. I'm 24, so yeah. Yasuo mid. Yasuo mid's fine, yeah.
It's amazing.
Brian's obsessed with it right now. Alright, and the winner is the Rather Be. Congrats! Alright, so hopefully he'll respond and I'll send him that code. If not, I will re-roll. We are going to do an extra giveaway. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing more, so don't run away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is AFK. We'll give him a second or so. Cho'Gath is going to take a while to load, so it's not like we're in a huge hurry here. Alright, so rolling again. Oh, shit, he is here. He is here. Eridur, sorry, he responded right as I clicked re-roll. Alright, so the Rather Be, I've sent you that code, and we're going to start the next giveaway. Give me 1 second. Poor Eridur, I'm sorry. Alright, so the game's starting. I'm going to start the giveaway right now. Give me one moment. Alright, so next giveaway is for Thomas Was Alone. Alright, so we're going to line this up, and we're going to start the game. Yeah, he's in this game. He already wins our eternal love. That's all he deserves. This giveaway will be drawn at the end of the game, just a heads up. Good invade coming in from blue. Honestly, I prefer to keep my flash, even if it means giving away first blood. So that's actually triggering a counter invade coming out from purple team. The difference is that purple team is going for the buff, whereas blue team did not. It is warded, so good job on Lucian for scouting that out. Now the question is, are they going to collapse on Lucian? No, they're just going to walk into lane. I wouldn't have minded seeing Morgana go in behind and try and land at a level 1 binding. They may have been able to get first blood off of that, seeing it is 1v2, and you're already behind them at that point. Hell, you could even turn it into a 3v1 with very nice binding. But yeah, they could have tried to have Wukong come down for a 3v1. Great harass going down here. I want to take another peek at mid lane here. I mentioned during the selection phase how if Syndra gets shut down, she's going to have problems, but if she gets ahead, she's going to just absolutely decimate. So we already commented on the early poke, so I'm assuming it's essentially the same thing happening here. Yeah, level 1 binding, free kill, going over to Twitch. Sorry, on Twitch, not to Twitch. It's a very nice binding, but there was no reason to play quite that aggressively on Twitch's side. He could have just sort of cycled in behind Morgana and continued dealing damage to Lulu rather than onto Lucian. So blue team off to a great start here with kills both bot lane and top. So Cho'Gath already using his teleport. That's something to keep in mind on both teams. Honestly, Cho'Gath ganks aren't that potent, just because of how unreliable his CC can be. But if you are able to land them, I mean, it is a strong, strong amount of CC. Nice work. Flash was a little odd, but meh, whatever works. So it's worth keeping in mind that blue team is relatively low on mana. Lulu has enough for about 2 skills. Lucian, none. He is caught out on a ward, but he is getting in behind. I don't think they're going to land anything here. It's still 2 seconds on the Dark Binding. Nothing going to come from it. Cho'Gath knockups are easy to land at low range, but not when you're teleport ganking another lane. They're just going to walk away from you. I want to see Morgana using her W to proc her Spell Thieves. It's a very good gold generation item, and it's so easy to constantly keep it all procced using your W, and she's just not doing that at the moment. I'm not sure if she's scared or what. Again, doesn't use her W. That would have been a little easier to secure. I mean, they still get it, but... This Syndra is actually setting up a lot of plays for herself. Does get taken down eventually by LeBlanc. I'm actually going to rewind. I want to see what set up that. I'm assuming they just collapsed in. Alright, so she leads in, gets stunned. Now Vi is here, leads in, but with no health. There's no reason to gank at that low of health, because you're just going to get turned around on and killed. She could have actually secured that by Wing the... Yeah. Pick up your orb, W it onto both of them. That will slow LeBlanc, instantly kill Vi, and you would have had a little bit more health to try and escape with. You probably still would have died, but it could have gone a little smoother. Pantheon missing a decent amount of CS under turret. Even with the death, Cho'Gath is ahead in CS. And now that he's level 6, he's just going to scale up like a monster. A very hungry monster. Alright, so Wukong trying to sneak around onto LeBlanc. You don't have your ult, and it's LeBlanc, unless they lead with a stun from Syndra, and at that point it's already dead. So, seems a little odd. So close, 30 health or so. Yeah, just slightly better comboing there would have definitely secured that kill. Hi there, Nick. Welcome to the stream. Giveaways right now, you can just enter it. So Vi trying to get top lane again. He is caught out by a ward. Cho'Gath low mana, just going to walk away. Alright, so Wukong's still not level 6 and still trying to gank. I want to see him just grinding out that last half level. His blue buff is up. Great, ult coming in. And easy kill for LeBlanc. So Vi is having a great impact on these lanes. While that early gank was pretty questionable, she is setting up plays. Cho'Gath not having enough mana or a cooldown for his ult. I don't know if Pantheon really had to flash there. Okay, Wukong does have level 6 now. Let's see if he's able to set this up or if he's going to continue wasting time. He's 0-0-0 and constantly walking through wards. You need to realize, okay, it's warded. I just need to go farm, or I need to go a different path, or I need to do a different lane even. LeBlanc this time standing on the ward. So you just saw that ward expired. You know that they know you're here. Good decision to go back as a result. In the meantime, Vi is counter-jungling, stealing away the red. That's so nice to see. I'm so happy that people are finally learning in these workshops that counter-jungling is how you shut down your opponents. Now, that being said, she's taking a little long to pick this up. She still gets it, but Wukong may get a kill in return. Great job. I also want to compliment Cho'Gath for his map awareness and cycling down there too, even though he didn't get anything from it, to cover his jungler. So yeah, even though she got caught, even though it took a little longer than it should have, I still support Vi's decision to counter jungle. That being said, she needs to be covering herself with wards or some way to make sure that that invade is not going to get you killed. That's a lot of potions. She has Flask and 5 health potions. That seems way overkill. There must have been something you could buy with that money. So Cho'Gath continuing to scale up. He doesn't have any real items yet, but his farm lead is just growing and growing and growing. And as he gets more and more stacks on his ult, he's going to become pretty difficult to deal with because Pantheon is an early game character. So slightly slow on that. Let's just rewind. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same story every time. If Syndra lands any sort of a stun or a combo, LeBlanc is dead. There's no question. Yeah, stun goes down. Wait till the silence wears off. Flash, alt, boom. And that's what I would expect to continue to happen here. Great binding onto Lulu, but again, you're focusing a support who has a lot of ability to sort of bait these sort of fights. In the end, the Morgana ult sets it up and is able to get the kill. Going 1-for-1 actually not that great, but Vi is here, her ult is ready, so yeah. A little bit of miscommunication there. In the end, she does pick it up. Wukong ult has been used. His E's coming up in 3 seconds. You can't just Q here. I don't know why he didn't. He could have Q'd from max range, and it would have increased his auto attack's range. He would have picked up the kill and been able to walk away without dying. The giveaway is right now. You just have to enter the keyword and follow the channel. The prize will be drawn at the end of the match. So Lulu trying to roam up mid, clearing out a nice pink ward. That's something I see a lot of low elo players not bother to do, and it infuriates me every time. If you know where a pink ward is, as soon as you know it's safe, just take it away, clear it out, and be done with it. Twitch roaming in here, but he is walking across a pink ward. This time the binding does not connect, so she's going to be able to escape, but they're losing their own pink ward as a result. You came here from Twitch? Oh, sorry, from Reddit? Thank you. Thank you, Twitch. Alright, so another kill going down top. Not going to rewind for that one. That's actually exactly what Pantheon needed to get back into this. I'm still confused though. He rushed a Last Whisper as first item versus a essentially 0 armor target. I really don't agree with that. Alright, Wukong coming down for another gank. This time his ult is up, but the rest of the team's not following. You really need to be communicating these ganks better. That gank was actually very well played, but he didn't ping it, he didn't get his team to respond in time, and as a result, it just didn't go down the way they wanted. In the end, Morgana and Twitch just picked up their own kill. That was almost completely unrelated to what Wukong did right before. So now Vi's coming down. They may be able to catch her out. No, ult goes down immediately. And she's gonna die if she keeps chasing that. Oh, nice pickup on Lucian. I don't know why they were so far into lane. Alright, free kill over for them. This is just a lot of bad positioning on both of these teams at this moment. Where they want to kill so badly, and so then they just sort of walk in and die. And then they do it over again, and it's like, well, you need to learn your lesson. You just saw what happened. The game is still dead even, only 200 gold difference between them. That being said, I would be slightly worried. They have the hard engaged team from blue side, and they have the AoE team on purple side. So if if purple's side makes it to late game and is able to land an engage, then I would expect purple team to just completely mop up. But if they stall the game and blue team is just consistently able to make picks for themselves, then it's going to go complete opposite direction. So both teams have specific things they need to be worried about, and in their playstyle, in their decision-making builds, etc., they need to be playing to cover those weaknesses and exemplifying their strats. These players are all either silver, bronze, or low gold. These are our viewers who have signed up to play in a workshop so that we can analyze their gameplay and offer specific advice on how they can improve their approach to the game. In the meantime, mid lane did pick up yet another kill. Wukong is consistently doing this, though, where he just dives a little too deep. They could have taken the tower first and then done the exact same combo. So Syndra is becoming an absolute monster at this point with 6 kills donated over to her. She has her mana regen, so she's not going to have any real issues in lane. I want to see her finishing up her DFG, and at that point she's going to be able to one-shot pretty much anyone who comes to stop her. Alright, so Syndra is here now, lends the sun across Lucian. Pantheon does show up as well. Lulu ults Pantheon instead of Lucian, unfortunately, because he was instantly burst. And now it looks like purple team's going over for a dragon. They're pretty low to do that. If they're going to do this, they need to make sure that the wards have been completely cleared. Alright, so free kill over them. Pantheon combos in. This is exactly what I said. If you don't have full vision, if you cannot reliably disengage, then don't take the dragon, because that's just 2 free kills that you've given away. I don't agree with that all. Who's it setting it up for? Are you going to be able to one-shot him yourself? I would have saved it, and then if possible, gone on to Syndra. So the thing with Twitch Poison is it doesn't immediately tick, and it's true damage on its passive. True damage does not stop recalls anymore. So you can still recall when ignited or Twitch Poisoned. A very large amount of farm. Cho'Gath is going to pick that up very quickly. It looks like he's, Nashor's Tooth Rod of Ages build. So he's actually building a lot of damage rather than defenses. So his team needs to be covering that. At the moment, Wukong is still building full damage, so they need to communicate that back and forth. One of them needs to be tanky. It doesn't matter who. Either of them can work, but one of them has to, and they need to make up their minds now. The double silence. Wrong ult. You just saw her flash. You knew that wasn't her. Alright, so she's been doing fine. But that's a concern. You literally just saw her flash away. Clones can't flash, so why are you then ulting the clone? Just as a quick piece of advice, if you ping a clone, it will continue to show which is which. So like it puts a mark over their head. So great re-engage coming in from Pantheon. That's going to be a free kill over to him. There's no one to stop this, so I want to see them then taking mid tower directly after. Bot lane, they do have 3 down there, and they're not... I don't see a reason for there to be. Yeah, he's roaming up mid again. They're not going to save this tower, though, and there is 3 people there. While Wukong is great in setting up AoE teamfights, Syndra is mostly single target. I mean, she has AoE, but in terms of her burst, in terms of her cleanup potential, it's pretty much cooldown limited and almost all single target. It's her ult. Oh, not quite setting that up. So she's actually built a blasting wand. So she's rushing a void staff. I would have liked to see a Deathfire Grasp first. Alright, so Wukong roaming down. Twitch is already stealthed. And they catch out LeBlanc. Twitch able to set up a very nice kill for himself. Oh, not quite. Good timing on the ult on Lulu. To enter the giveaway, you just enter the keyword and make sure you're following the channel. We draw the winner at the end of this game. So Pantheon does have his ult up. If a fight breaks out bot, I want to see him ulting in behind them and just pincering them off. At the moment, yeah, he's not staying on a ward at this time, but he did just walk past one earlier. Very quick kill. Nice job. In the meantime, Cho'Gath is going to shove in top. Good decision. That should be pretty much how this lane is played. Cho'Gath shoves, Pantheon roams. And honestly, it boils down to how they react to the push, how they react to the constant ganks coming in from Pantheon. That's going to determine who gets the bigger advantage. At this point, gold is still completely even. And a lot of that is this Cho'Gath split push. While blue team is getting kills advantage, he's getting farm and turret advantage. Blue team did just pick up a dragon though, so that's going to create a decent sized advantage for them. Great disengage coming in from oh my goodness. From Syndra. I do play a lot of Victor. At the moment though, I'm just spectating and we're doing viewer games. Sorry, not viewer games, ranked workshops. Steam time is the keyword to enter the giveaway for a Steam game. Alright, so I would expect Vi to get completely caught out here. She's in the middle of 3 people. She needs to get the hell out. No, she still went in. Alright, so she needed to, as soon as she saw them, jump over the wall and walk away. That's just overcommitting to a fight. I don't know what she's intending to accomplish. It's a full health Cho'Gath. A random W across his face is going to do essentially nothing. RP giveaway was at 3 PM Eastern time. It's finished for this week. Morgana, great ult there. I don't know why you flashed. That was questionable, but still fine. So, definite comment here for LeBlanc. Work on your farm. She rushed to DFG, which, while fine on her, is pretty much invalidated in the current meta. These days, you build Natheans on her, max W, and you can then actually push. If you can't push, well, you're now down essentially 100 CS. You're down 80 CS. It doesn't matter that you're getting some kills. You're not farming, so you're not going to have any effect on the game at this point. So Vi trying her best to come in, but does get caught out. Syndra not able to land the kill, but Lucian gets a free kill over onto Morgana. They then get a nice little tag onto... okay, actually Wukong's re-engaging here. Stun going on to Lulu. Very quick kill going there. Pantheon still has his ult, so he's going to collapse onto them. And that's a dead Syndra now. Good work. Very good re-engage coming out from Cho'Gath. You only need to enter the command once. But yeah, sorry, the Cho'Gath Rupture was very well played, but the team overstayed. They weren't able to use it to retreat. I still like the attempt. I don't know why he teleported down here, though. He's not going to be able to kill them. So this is, again, the consistency of Cho'Gath's skill shots. Even when they're landed, it's like a fifth of his health, if that. Good attempt by Wukong. His ult's still 10 seconds though, so they're not going to be able to set anything up off of that. Dragon Respawn is not for quite a while, and blue team is now pushing out mid. Yeah, so she actually maxed Q. I mentioned earlier, always, always, always max W on LeBlanc. There's no reason to max Q anymore. The giveaway is whenever this game ends. What division am I? My main account is currently Diamond 3, round promotion for Diamond 2 at the moment. I'm still climbing. So she's actually finished up. I was commenting earlier that it looked like she was building towards a Void Staff. She then cancelled the Void Staff and built a Death Cap. She still has a DFG though, so I don't agree. You don't build Death Cap until you already have a Void Staff in 99% of games, and you definitely need the early DFG if you're going to play Syndra. We've seen a number of times where she's using her ult and people are living with 100 or 200 health. If you have a DFG, all you have to do is essentially Q DFG ult or alt Q DFG. Either way, whichever one is going to actually set up the kill. Yeah, we already commented on his build earlier. He's going like on-hit AP Bruiser Cho'Gath. I'm not a fan of it. I said earlier that either Cho'Gath or Wukong need to build tank. It doesn't matter which, but one of them has to. And at this stage, that's what we're seeing. Blue team is just having better kill potential. They have the AoE, but they just used all their AoE and they didn't get any kills from it. So in this siege, they need to cycle people going back to base. Just give up this tower in my mind. Like, they need to get their low health carries back to base and then rush them into lane. Then they can fight. But it seems like they're going to try and fight and defend and chase with neither of their carries here. No, don't do that, please. Again, just constantly re-engaging here. And I don't like it. I really, really don't. I mean, Victor, Karma, and a little bit of Lucian. Sorry, not Lucian. Blech. What was I even saying? I mean, Victor, Karma, Morgana, a little bit of Braum, a little bit of Lux. I play mid and support. So, this is exactly what I was worried about on blue team, where just overstaying, constant re-engaging without your carries there. You're trying to set up a fight for people who are not there. So you need to be communicating that with your team. You need to be able to set up fights that you can actually win. AP's Xin a viable pick? No. I don't think Xin in general is a very good pick right now. So both teams have just sort of stalled out the game here now. I really want to know what their plans are. My main concern is still on this LeBlanc just not having farmed at all. If she doesn't get some CS in here, she's not going to be able to continue to remain relevant. She's just going to fall off more and more and more as the enemy team picks up some Banshee's Veils, as they get their own damage. Yeah, Cho is building Frozen Heart now. I'm just completely underwhelmed with Xin in general, even when Feral Flare was pre-nerfed. I thought he was one of the weaker Feral Flare junglers. Yeah, you're correct. Cho still has no MR. My expectation is that he's just going to constantly split push, and I actually like that choice. He's been scaling up for a long time. He might not have kills, he might even have a lot of deaths, but if he's able to, let's say, he needs to go back right now actually. He needs to go back as soon as they break off from mid, but if he's able to do that and pull them away from mid, take towers, and make them waste their time, then he's having a positive effect on the game, even if he's quote-unquote feeding. What's better, Banshee's Veil or Spirit Visage? Banshee's Veil is better on 9 out of 10 champions, but on the 10th champion, Spirit Visage is pretty much core. It's pretty much just boiled down to how well you use the healing passive. AP Zyra is fine, she's best to support though. Like, AP support Zyra is better. There is no RP giveaway, it was at 3 PM Eastern time, you missed it. So I'm not sure if they're really wanting to set up a Baron dance here. That looked to be what blue team was trying to do, clear out Baron and try and bait some team fights, but I don't think they can win them. I've already answered you, Reaper. Stop asking, please.
I'll be right.
Currently we're giving away a Steam game. So Morgana's really deep into the jungle, and her team is nowhere to be found. So I like her getting some deep wards like that, but she needs to be aware of what she can do alone and where the enemy team is positioned. She could have very easily just been caught out there. Syndra landing a lot of damage on. The ult immediately goes down. Twitch is still bot lane. Morgana is still bot lane. But Lucian is here. Great job coming out from Wukong. A lot of damage on him. Stun not quite connecting onto Lucian. They need to back out here. They need to back out and take an objective is what I would say. Oh, actually, that's a nice binding. But yeah, the reason I'm saying that is Syndra has used her ult and both summoner skills. Cho'Gath is incredibly low health, and Wukong has already used his ult. So chasing into their base and trying to go for a second team fight with all of that down is not the best suggestion. That being said, now Twitch is here, so they can try and force this tower. Morgana taken very low. I'd really much rather see them trying to ward up the jungle and take away some objectives from themselves. Not sure what Syndra was doing there. She did not have her ult up. No, Spirit Visage is only good on people who have innate sustain. So like Mundo, Nasus, and I'm trying to think of what even other top laners might still build it. But yeah, you only really build it if you have huge healing effects.
I build it on Olaf.
Yeah, you could build it on Olaf. On Renaction, you'd rather have Banshee's Veil so you don't get kited, in my mind. Any more workshop? This is the last workshop game of today. We generally do 3 to 4 each week, so that's enough to get 30 or 40 people in. Yeah, I would not probably build it on Shen. There's no reason to play Shen currently. He's pretty weak. Vlad, yes, Vlad is another champion that it works well on. Warwick is another, but he's usually jungle, not top. Okay, so gold is again completely... Oh wait, I was going to say it's dead even. It's not. It's 3,000 gold in advantage of purple team, but at this stage of the game, 3,000 gold doesn't mean that much. I actually like this. They could take this Baron very quickly. The question is, are they going to bait it, or are they going to take it? Looks like... Yeah, okay, they're just going to take it now. I like that decision. No one's responding to it. It's completely free. Meta is just a way of saying what's the most efficient. I like plenty of things that aren't meta. You just have to have a reason for playing it. That's what I always say. Play whatever you want, but you need to give me a reason why it's better than any other pick. And then you need to play towards that playstyle. Would Youmuu's Ghostblade work well on an AD carry? It can. It's actually decent on Lucian. It's not the best, but it can work really well on him as a mid-game armor pen item, and it rapidly increases his ult's damage because of the attack speed active. Yes, but the definition of most efficient means that it's better. So by playing something that is quote-unquote not meta, you are playing something that is weaker in some way. So you either need to have a defined strength that you're playing towards, and that's your reason for picking that champion, or you need to have your weaknesses covered so that, again, that weakness isn't as prevalent. I have no complaints with people playing things that are non-meta. My complaint is when they say, I'm going to play something that I have no reason to play.
AD Victor.
Yeah, like AD Victor. Someone played it earlier and trolled. What reason is there to play AD Victor? Nothing. He has no scaling, he has no mobility, he doesn't even have that good of an auto-attack animation. He has nothing to make him work as an AD carry. So yeah, that's non-meta, but it's actually a troll pick because it is not viable. There is no reason to play it. It does not do its job. Ghostblade on Jinx. I don't see much reason to run it. So regardless, for much larger gold advantage, and they have the Baron buff at the moment. Binding lands. Twitch is going to be able to pick up this very quickly. LeBlanc not able to assassinate anyone. And that was my concern earlier. Vi does get the kill, so that's a really good job on her part. But now she's walking back into a team fight that she has no place in. LeBlanc actually sacrifices herself, so she is going to live. Oh, nice binding. I really have to compliment these bindings. So that's a very dead Vi. But yeah, that was a good assassination from Vi. Was able to take out the AD carry, but then at that point, run back out. Distract them, make them chase you. Walking into a team fight at that point isn't going to work. Oh yeah, like lane Nami, it can work, but what does it do better than any other champion in that role? And what weaknesses does it have? Unless your weaknesses are covered, or you're playing towards some huge strength of that pick, then it's not a good pick. These bindings have been very on point. I really have to compliment them. Okay, so, purple team, they're about 10,000 gold ahead right now. They have a better AoE team fighting composition, and they're relatively beefy now that the armor has been finished up on Cho'Gath, and a little bit of magic resist on Wukong. So I'm really happy with that they both got some decent magic resist. Shen is the best carry protector. No, that's false. Braum is. Why pick Shen top when you could pick something like a Malphite with teleport? Right? Malphite's actually considered pretty strong right now. Why pick Shen when you could have a Braum support to fill that same role, and you could play something that covers other team weaknesses or exemplifies their strengths? I don't know. Shen just loses pretty much every matchup at the moment, so his strengths aren't even best. Like, I don't know. I just don't like him that much. He's okay, and if you want to play him, go for it. But you have to keep in mind that he has a lot of weaknesses. So the inhib is down. I would like to see them pushing top instead of mid. There's nothing for them to take mid. Alright, so Cho'Gath just acting as a giant meat shield here. Wukong's then able to come in from the side and land a beautiful, beautiful ult. Pantheon ults in. Teamfight's already pretty much over at that point, so he gets cleaned up very quickly, and Vi soon after. They do take down Twitch, though, but that's not really going to make any difference. They need to take away the second inhibitor and shove in both lanes of minions. They have about 30 seconds. With no AD carry, I'm not 100% convinced that they can just end the game, but they can most certainly take the bot inhib. They could tank that up if they wanted. When's a good time to play Ziggs? Pretty much any time. Ziggs is still one of the best lane bullies and wave clearers in the game. That being said, I think Kayle is a little bit better at the moment. Great job. So now that they've taken away the AD carry, the one respawn is LeBlanc. It's not going to stop them from ending the game, so just finish it up. Alright, so great job. I want to give props to both teams. They had some really good plays, some mediocre plays, but in the long term, they stuck it out, and they did a really good job. So we're going to go over final picks, not pick spans, team builds, team comp, and item builds, yes. Then we're going to draw the game prize. Give me 1 second here, just swapping over the correct mode. Yeah, so the prize is Thomas Was Alone. Alright, I'll give you guys a final chance to enter. In the meantime, item builds. Lucian's build is actually really standard. Last Whisper into Bloodthirster into Trinity Force Last Whisper, followed up by late game Infinity Edge. If Syndra becomes a huge issue and is constantly killing you, I would have liked to see a Banshee's Veil. That being said, the actual damage and item build that he went for is core. It's what you build. Pantheon did get ahead, but wasn't able to do anything with it just because of how pushed into tower he was. I wanted to see him using his ult a little bit more effectively. I agree with that. That was set in game. I definitely agree. Looks like he was going towards late game Guardian Angel. He played fine. Like, his item build is okay. I have no huge complaints. LeBlanc, I'm very disappointed that she was maxing Q. You always max W first on LeBlanc so that you can actually farm. Her CS was very poor throughout the game, so that's something she really needs to focus on. And to back that up, she also rushed a DFG instead of an Athene's. Athene's is going to give you a little bit more magic resist. It's going to give you a lot more mana to do more short engages, more wave clear, and just be a little bit more reliable in lane. So I dislike her item build a little bit. Vaya had some issues with playstyle, just like a little too ballsy, not really paying attention to how the team fights were going, how the map was flowing. Overall, her build, though, is fine. I like her going tanky late game with damage early game. Lulu's build is actually quite good. I like the Crucible. Crucible is an awesome item on supports, and I wish I'd see more people building it. A lot are starting to pick it up, though. Twin Shadows is also an underrated item at the moment, especially now that it gives CDR. If you're not CDR capped, it's a great pickup. Twitch. Yep, Blade of the Ring King. It's all pretty standard. I would have liked to see the Infinity Edge finish, though, because Infinity Edge is your huge spike. I would have even been fine with him delaying the Banshee's Veil for the IE, simply because LeBlanc was not having that sort of an effect on the game. But I like the idea behind AD carries picking up defensive items. I always have that complaint in these workshops where people will be so far ahead and they won't build any defenses. Like, well, you could just get shut down now. But overall, great job. Cho'Gath, his build was a little wonky. With like the Nashor's Tooth, Rod of Ages. It worked for him. And he never got any magic resist either. That was a little weird. He did at the very end. He got a Negatron Cloak. But he was very heavily armor stacking. I don't know. I think he could have built a little bit better. Syndra. I really don't like her build. I wanted DFG on her. DFG lets you one-shot people with your ult. Liandry's is useless on you because it's a dot item. You're playing a burst champion with a dot item. That does not mix. So I wanted to see her build go more along the lines of Chalice into DFG, finish Athene's, finish Death Cap or Void Staff. Then finish whatever one you didn't build before that, and then build a defensive item late game. Wukong, his build is fine. Damage into tank, no complaints. Adds a lot of compliments from Morgana's Binding. She landed some really good ones. She finished up her Hourglass. That's really all you need on her. Past that is situational. Looks like she was going for a Death Cap. I would have liked to see a defensive item after Hourglass, because Hourglass is all you need. So why not build a Banshee's Veil to make your ults more reliable? That's my own